Hello, everybody. Ah, damn it. Keep forgetting that Discord messes with this game. You may go. All right, and let me just take a second here to get my performance metrics up as well. Cool. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Sorry for the late start. It has been a week. I would say I have had a lighter time of it than most people, but that does not mean that it was not a particularly taxing one. So I took a bunch of time to myself. Wanted to, I don't know, I just read some stuff. I had some water. I have not really been eating that well, so I got caught up with that. And I am now ready to have some fun with the Darkest Dungeon, so let's jump into the Forgotten Estate. And as memory serves, I need to hit the screenshot button each time something loads, so I'm jumping straight into it. One of the drawbacks I actually run into with the Darkest Dungeon is that it is very straightforward to play. There's depth to it, and it's fun for it. But what I mean is that, you set up the hamlet, and you sort of know what you need to do.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
I think I already locked everyone into the church. The abbey will be decorated for the duration of the event, and all are welcome to visit during the extended hours. Cloister, transept, and penance hall are free. So I guess this means nobody else is stressed out, right? Maybe Meshul will go inside. We'll see. But I need to figure out what I want to do. I think I was going to allow for the possibility of visiting the farmstead for the miller. The thing is, I don't actually really know what I need to worry about with the miller. If I want, I can also try... Oh yeah, if I'm feeling really bold, I can go straight for the necromancer. I seem to remember Crusaders are actually kind of decent on those. It's definitely going to take me a while to get my Crusader up, so then there's the question as to whether or not that's a good idea. The alternative, of course, is to try and level up some of my lower level characters, and I actually don't think that's a bad idea right now. So let's start by saying, okay, we can do the wield, we can do... two wields, so we can either get crests or we can get portraits and some extra money. I am somewhat inclined to say that the money and portraits are worth it. So let's go with that. And I'm definitely going to bring all of the level 1s. And now the question is, do I want to bring Kite to bring him up to level 3, or do I want to bring Bouchier to bring them up to a higher level? I think in this case I'm going to bring them along because this will give me some flexibility with Kite. It's not that important to me that Kite hit level 3. We've got no shortage of people that we can sort of bring on these runs. So next up, I've got my crew. So like I said, the wonderful simplicity of the Darkest Dungeon is that I know if I want to heal some stress, we go to the Abbey, we go to the Tavern. If I want to get rid of some diseases, I go to the Sanitarium and whatnot. It's not, it is not mind-mangling to sort of sort this all out. I'm trying to be a little timely with my upgrades here. We definitely want these. I am tempted to go for Judgment instead of Mace Bash. And I think the rest I'm going to leave for now, but I should actually start thinking about my skill specs when I start going after nastier bosses. Hound's Rush and Hound's Harry sounds better. Oh, I can bring that up. Alright. Zealous Accusation is a good one. Yeah, the rest of these I think I'll leave. And we've got what I want here. Okay, that wasn't terrible. I probably should be conserving my money a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, so this is the one challenge that I have with my style, which is obviously I like to give people a bunch of time to come in. So I think the way I'm going to handle it with Darkest Dungeon is just to sort of gear everyone up, do maybe a light mission to begin with. Now, the drawback that I run into here is that in one sense, like, I've got sort of two healers in this party, which is not necessarily the best. But again, my alternative, the opportunity cost for this one is that I take Kite, who is currently available to go on quests like this, and I turn him into somebody who can only start going on level 3 quests, and I don't really need that at the moment. So in this case here, I'm just going to keep him on ice, and we'll let this group go ahead. Hopefully there's not too much in terms of stress, but we'll see. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm probably going to lighten the load a little bit in terms of things like torches and food. We'll see about that. I'm paranoid, so I bring 3 torches now. Or sorry, 3 shovels now. Can I get away with 8? What is this again? This is explore rooms. Okay. I actually was thinking of going torchless on this, but in here I think I'm going to go. This isn't exactly packing light, but I think I'm going to live with this. Also, I could have equipped people with charms and stuff like that, but I think I'm going to start doing that at level 3. So, just because I know I've been neglecting on putting trinkets on some of my other characters, and so the danger is that I wind up putting a sweet item on somebody else.
Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Minus bleed resist is part of the quest. I should have been paying closer attention, it looks like. Oh, this is convenient. Okay, well, obviously this path makes the most sense. We will have... Okay. We'll have the risk of a battle in here, but I'm willing to accept that drat.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Oh yeah, I should have actually made everybody have the right skills. So Judgment would have been great here, just to get rid of the health, but in this case I'm going to stun the back row. Oh right, I also don't have Zealous Accusation, so that doesn't matter. God damn it. Looks like it's a rough start.
Is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, in the ideal situation, we're going to be able to get a heal in. So this one's a good Divine Comfort just because we need to spread it across the party.
A death by inches.
Cool.
Success so clearly in view.
I could have used that skeleton key, but I got too... It's a little too eager. How you doing, the Chia Seed? Okay, let's reskill everybody. Well, not everybody. Let's reskill the people who need to be reskilled. So we'll say... Ditch the battle heal in exchange for Zealous Accusation. I'll keep the Holy Lance on the odd chance that the party gets disrupted. For the Houndmaster... this is a tough call, actually. Let's do Target Whistle because I don't actually expect the Houndmaster to be out of position. And then for the Vestal, let's say Mace Bash in exchange for Judgment. Alright, so everybody's gonna sort of blade out for a bit. Let's see what we're up against. Okay, in this case I am gonna head down this one path and then move back up. It has been a very exhausting week, Chia Seed, but like I said at the beginning of the cast,
Wealth beyond measure,
you know,
awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I've been a outside observer of what's been going on and just, you know, feeling sad. So I can't actually complain about how stuff has gone, but it's been a very tiring week. But I'm very excited to be playing Darkest Dungeon, and I'm very excited to be sharing Darkest Dungeon with a bunch of people. So, all in all, I can't complain too much about where I'm at. Also, Chia Seed, I don't believe you have a character yet, so if you would like one, when we get back to the town, I will happily rename one of these people after you.
Gently. This is how a life is
It is
taken.
exactly for that reason. So the reason I went for the front row on this was to try and get rid of the character that would be attacking. Obviously it didn't work out in this case, but that's generally the better path.
To the pit.
I can just name them Chia. All right, I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick the class that you want, but that's assuming that people survive.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh, by the way, I mean this is going to be a little early on to say this, but I started saying this yesterday and then I got sidetracked. I really would like to do a mod for the Darkest Dungeon, and actually, Chia Seed, I think it's very important to talk about this stuff. Whether doing so on the stream is the best option available to me, I'm not entirely sure. But I am very serious when I say that I am not I'm in uncharted territory here.
Nature herself,
And
a victim to the spreading corruption.
I think it's very important to understand how people feel about this stuff, because I definitely do not have the answers, and I think, it's like where I talk about like game choices and stuff like that. For that sort of stuff, it's like, okay, I can get a rough idea of what people want, and I know a thing or two about streaming. And so, I for lack of a better term, and this is going to sound arrogant as hell, I sort of know when people are asking for stuff that isn't actually in their best interests. So like if somebody really likes game X and they're like, I just want you to stream game X forever, I sort of know, well, here's how many times I think I can make game X do something interesting. And I tend to think like people won't necessarily realize when I'm getting stale. They'll just kind of stop watching the cast. So, like in those cases I feel a little safer. Still some meat on the bones?
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
In those kinds of cases, I'm sort of able to say it's like, okay, I know my style well enough to say that this is or isn't an appropriate idea. This situation, I can't say that, and so keyworks, valuables belong inside. This is a pretty miserly dungeon, to be honest. Like, we've only got 850 gold out of all of this. So yeah, anyways, this is a really long way of saying that, especially if people have questions or people want to express how they feel about the matter, I think it's actually really important that they do that. But in terms of me, like, doing some kind of advocacy, you know, I kind of said where I stood on Tuesday's cast, and you know, whether it's the right call, I suppose, you know, needs to be seen.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Yeah. Like, I'd put it to you this way. I would not, like, if somebody has something on their mind, I want to be open to discussion. This does not mean that I, like, bring it up in every conversation. Oh, what am I thinking for the mod? Sorry, I didn't see that. I don't think there is a way... So, this is going to feel super bad. Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even say what the actual mod idea was. I'm an idiot. This is really dangerous because, like, I don't have any way of healing this guy. So what we're going to do is the Holy Lance, and we're going to target the only other one that can attack. Nice. So it's a specific audio style mod, and the problem that I'm running into with this mod is that in order to change the sounds in the game, you need to have Fmod version 1.06.07, and this does not seem to be available on the Fmod website anymore. So I'm gonna do a stunning blow in hopes of letting my... Yeah, I just want to get some heals in.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Okay, hopefully I get... nope. This is just to buy time. Oh, and I don't have enough low enough health anymore. Anyways, sorry guys. As usual, I am all over the map. So let's just burn that last torch. That's the easiest answer. So, anyways, okay. I think I've covered the unpleasant topic for the mod. So it is related to sounds, potentially among other things. Oh, looks like I just lost... Nope, I think we're back. Looks like I had a bunch of drop frames there, but I think I should be... Okay, cool. So yeah, one big thing I want to do is mess around with some of the sounds. So the reason I'm coy about this is I have a very specific idea in mind, but if I say it, some of the delight of what I have in mind is sort of missed. So the thing that is keeping me from implementing this, one, it is a little ambitious, but I think within my abilities. Yikes. But again, I don't have access to Fmod 160 or 10607. So the challenge here is that unless either there is a spot I'm unaware of on the Fmod website, or damn it. I'm gonna move her back. Or there's some other repository or something like that. I basically am not able to do the changes to Darkest Dungeon. So if anybody can help with that, whether you're watching on YouTube or you just are a smart person or whatever it is, I would love to talk with you, because I'm really committed to seeing this thing, seeing this thing get done. But I also know that's all well and good for me to say. If I can't actually implement it, then it's it's just a pipe dream. But hey, excellent.
And now, darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Alright. The question here is whether or not it's actually worth it to camp. I think I will.
A moment of respite. A chance
It's mostly
to
because it
steel
helps
oneself
the...
against the coming horrors.
Okay... We're gonna pray to get the reduced stress. This will be good. So the only drawback is that we may get ambushed. Lash's Kiss is a little tempting here. Yeah. And I don't think we have anything. I mean, Lash's Anger, but I don't want to get the stress up, so... Welcome, by the way you go, Karen. Sorry to bombard you in chat. As you mentioned, the
way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
My typing speed is actually quite fast, so I am not always the easiest person to chat with. Alright, so here I'm going to try and do some judgments on the back row, just so we can do the nasty blog in the front.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So unfortunately we don't have bleed on the one last character, but this is not a bad run. I think they can inflict, like, I don't know if they can inflict disease, but I believe they can inflict blight. In this case, we're gonna skip. Nah, you know what? We're gonna do it. He might get diseased, but not worth it. Usually, you wind up with like meat. So here we're gonna continue adventuring just because we can pick stuff up as a result. But that was probably the wrong call to try and get stuff. All right. I don't have keys anymore, but I believe there is no way... Yeah, there's no way I'm going to run into two... Alright. Oh, damn it. There's no way I'm going to run into two blockages. Okay, so the Acolytes are the top priority to take out because the stress damage can be potentially pretty heavy here. Yikes. So here we'll do Hound's Harry just so I can distribute the bleed evenly. They've already done their damage this round. I don't think there's any way to hit the back row with my Crusaders, so in this case... you know what? I'm just gonna spread the love. Here, a good old-fashioned judgment should do the trick. Let's take the back row. Well, sorry, not the fully back row, though. Actually, that was probably not the right call, depending on how I take out these guys in the front, but... I'm gonna do the back row attack. Yeah, so they're done for. Obviously lessening the stress. Here I'm just trying to put a little more bleed on if I can. Let's try stunning. This also gives me a little torch, but that's not really the reason I'm doing it. Same story. I'm trying to buy time so that my Flagellant can get like a crit and help their stress. Judged.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
All right, that was worth it. I'm gonna do the final room just to see what's there. Okay, I'm okay with hunger. All right, nothing, but it was worth the risk. I mean, the only thing we really wound up with here was 31 stress, but we got a bunch of stuff that's worth quite a bit to me. So, on our way home.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, we definitely turned a profit on that one. I think the paintings and deeds are a little bit better out of this, but in the end, like, the heirlooms are a decent haul. We have definitely done better. And then levels, looks like everybody's up to 2. Unfortunately, we do have disease that we need to deal with now, so.
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Okay, so an excommunicated madman has responded to the growing infestation in kind. Fueled by conviction, he is merciless and plies his trade with extreme prejudice. The fanatic will stalk parties with infected heroes. Well, fortunately, I don't have any right now, but that is gonna change. So Cecilia, Plagas, Ren, and Cameruni all recovered stress. Heresy and the Blood triggered, and a bunch of people leveled up. So, I believe, Chia, we are finding you a hero. So if you want, you can be the person getting cured of rabies, the flagellant. You can be a crusader. You can be a houndmaster. You can be a vestal. We also have... Dismas is a default name, but I'm keeping him because he's one of my first. You can also be a musketeer. Wow, I've got a lot of musketeers. So you can be a musketeer, a leper, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, a shield bearer. So once again, we've got shield breaker, a leper, a musketeer, a vestal, another vestal. I forgot I had a level 4 vestal. Houndmaster, crusader, and flagellant. You'll be a leper? Okay. And you wanted Chia? And then one last question. So you have a few different outfits. So you've got this nice white outfit, which is number 1. You've got sort of this tan and gray, number 2. You've got the red and yellow, number 3. And a different sort of white and black, number 4. So you can see kind of the white and gold versus the white and black. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to... change your name now. Unfortunately, there's no green to make it like on brand, but... Oh, sorry, I forgot. You probably could not have seen most of the characters because I forgot to... You'll take door number 4, okay. There we go. Now, the challenge here is that I can never promise people positions. I tend to try and try to build this stuff accordingly. Wow, I've actually got a lot of disease running around here. So I was going to try and make a run on the Necromancer, but I might change that. Okay, so let's pretend for a moment I was going to go for the Necromancer. What will my party look like? Right, well, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I actually want to bring a Crusader on that one to deal with the... I want to bring a Crusader to deal with the... the skeletons. So is Kite a good position too? He is. Flagellants are already rabid. Good point. I probably should have taken a look at what these -10 accuracy plus 15 damage. Yeah, actually, plus 15 damage is not a bad boost to get. Plagus has got the Black Plague, so -75 blight resist, -75 disease resist, -10 max HP, and -5 speed. So suffice to say, we don't want that. And Camerooni creeping cough -20% damage. So clearly not the sort of thing we want to encounter. Okay. So I think I'm going to try, I think on this one we are going to try and level some of these guys up. So I can go to the Cove, we get paintings, we get gold. I need to complete 100% of room battles. We potentially run into the thing from the stars. Alternatively, I can go to the Weald, which is also medium. We'll get something for the Flagellant, so that's not terrible, although -20% healing I don't like. Otherwise, same reward. So I'm thinking the Cove might be a little more appropriate here. Alternatively, I can go to the Warrens. Lock of Patience isn't terrible. It's a short dungeon. I think we're going to risk the Cove. I don't have a lot of bleed skills, so that's not too much of a problem. I mean, the Hound has them, but let me just double check that I don't have any things I need to level up. I do. I think I'm gonna... This is gonna get expensive. Yikes. Alright. Yep, we are going back to the Cove. I would have held back on the purchases, but I think we'll do the same loadout we did last time. I am going to bring a little less food. The Johnny Big Time Houndmaster did die, unfortunately. So the rule that I'm applying right now is that if you die, you stay dead. I do have some ideas about what to do with deceased characters, but...
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Ascanius, good to see you as always. This doesn't seem that big. Oh, free torch is nice. So the reason I'm bringing torches on this stuff is I want my Crusader. Ideally, I don't. I would prefer the Crusader not to have a lot of stress damage. Not so much that I'm gonna bring him to a level 3 dungeon so Camerooni can sing nice songs, but like anything I can do to kind of keep the stress from being generated is ideal. Not the most surprising outcome. Yes, although that doesn't mean that he's gone forever. Okay, I got lucky with the bleed there. I think I'm gonna do a Dazzling Light, one for the torch, but also just to try and mitigate some of the damage. We've got a lot of attack on the front rows, not so much on the front. Oh, you know what? If I had stunned one of these guys in the front, Kite could have finished them off. Alright, Zealous Accusation, and then we should be able to take a piece off the board. I am gonna see, though... finish him. Ah, it does work on the third. Alright, so... Tough call. I am actually going to collect the bounty, because it's 6 damage. Yeah.
As the fiend falls,
so they won't be able to do their damage because they're stunned, and because there's 4 of them, I figured I would I'd make it so that only 2 damage this round. Because of course next round I'm gonna have a heal on the character that took the most damage, and then we should be able to reply.
Press disadvantage. Give them no.
This is gonna be a little tricky, but Hound's Rush. Ah, wow, we're doing well. There's really nothing to be done here.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
That went better than expected, to be honest. I think he was 100%. Hey, Camrooney. You have not missed the Necromancer. No, I decided that I want to level up my Crusader before going after the Necromancer. I believe there's Unholy. Yeah, so Smite gets a bonus against Unholy. What am I doing? Coral is soothing to the mind. Kite is no longer stressed. Man, I don't know what it is with these last couple of dungeons, but they have definitely been holding back on the loot. This shouldn't be disastrous for my... It shouldn't be disastrous for my stress, but we'll see. Okay, so this is particularly so that Kite can deliver Sweet Vengeance. And finish him.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Good question. I know that there is a final boss. Like, you do go to the darkest dungeon and there is a final encounter. But I am not 100% sure if that means you can't do anything after that. Because I can't actually damage this guy, I'm just going to spread the damage. There we go. So, bonus against humans, and then, well, he takes 2 around, yeah.
Decimated.
And because we have a little bit of time, I might as well get my torch up and potentially get some tempo. But yeah, so I do know that there's a final encounter, but that may not necessarily translate into sort of a you can play no more. Somebody who has beaten the game, by the way, might be able to answer whether or not there's sort of like a never-ending mode, but one of the reasons why I think that it's likely you can continue playing after the final outcome. The reason I know there's a final outcome is there is a debuff that one of your characters, or that your characters get, which, from any reading that I have of it, is that if you do the final encounter, you cannot go back and do it again. So that leads me to believe that you should be able to do that final encounter multiple times. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be a reason to have that debuff. But I may be making a bad assumption there. Do. Nothing here after all. Oh god, we might get some infections. Same reasoning here. Kai will be able to wrap one of these up.
A devastating blow.
Okay, so I can spread out the damage, or I can try and swing for the fences. 6 to 13 damage. It is very unlikely I'm actually going to be able to take this thing out. Well, so I know I'm going to get... So basically I should be adding 2 to these numbers. So apparently it's... my skill apparently is really low. Weird. Okay. So yeah, basically I add 2 to either one of these. I have a range of 6 to 13, so that's basically 8 to 15. Nice. Alright. I hate that I'm doing this. This is just to get people in range to deliver the smackdown.
Soothed. Sedated. This expedition at least promises success.
So one of the problems with Kite is that he's a really good damage dealer, but he's also one of my few characters who can actually pull off the position changes. This guy's going to be the combination of the Deep Stinger and the Pelagic Shaman might be a problem. So in this case I'm going to use the Hound's Rush just to do the maximum damage on the Shaman. Means this guy basically gets a free stun if he wants. I'm okay with Kite getting stressed because he's sort of off the roster for the next mission anyway. That was the person I wanted to do damage on the Shaman, so that's a problem. Zealous Accusation. Have you read my blog? I am really tempted to just yank this guy off, but let's just collect the bounty on the jelly.
Back to the pit.
It's a bit of overkill, but I kind of want to make sure that the thing that can stun people is taken out. And now you know I was prioritizing the Shaman. Judgment will probably seal the deal. Yeah, let's do it. So the heavy hitters are still in play, but we should be able to see the end of this. Damn it. So I know I can't finish him off, I'm gonna go for the stun. Of course, that's a nice bonus for the bounty hunter when the time comes. Oh, it would be, except that this is my good third round. No, we're gonna trust the Houndmaster to do his job.
Annihilated.
That was not the right call. Ooh, that was... Okay, we're gonna heal instead. I am gonna make a bold assertion that we're gonna be able to take this guy out before his next move. I was wrong. That was not worth it. Oh well, can't win them all.
Remind yourself
I really do
that
want these.
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And I also want the money. As much as it pains me, I'm going to get rid of the key. An evil force engulfs the hero. So minus 25 damage until camp, minus 10 accuracy. So there is an argument for me to make camp soon. There's less of an argument now that we've got less food. I'm going to try and get what I can out of these torches, and we will make camp when we can. Pack has already been looted. So the drawback here is the lower my lantern goes, the more likely I am to get caught unawares. Not good. Okay, obvious heal target here. So here I want to prioritize the shaman for reasons that we've already articulated. Here I'm going to do the Zealous Accusation because if I smite the second row, then I leave a lot of damage on the table. And there's also the possibility that the shaman heals them. If the shaman heals the Pelagic Guardian, yikes. Okay, I have a way around that. Okay, I got lucky there. Let's pull this guy up. So here we're going to do Hound's Harry because that's going to deal some bleed damage at least on the shaman. Looks like we also got we got 3 there, so he's done for. And I think the smarter move here is to keep healing the bounty hunter. Ooh. Okay. In this case, I sort of want to inflict the maximum hurt to the higher protection character. Do I have anything piercing? The mark is not a terrible idea right now. I can live with that. And then I'm gonna do the Zealous Accusation again, just to spread the love. I'm cautiously optimistic about my ability to deal with this guy, so I'm gonna Doge heal. Okay. Which of my 2 high performers do I want to move up? Let's say Bounty Hunter. Okay. And he's not stunned, but collect bounty. There we go. I was kind of hoping to set up for that. I wasn't sure if it would work.
Success so clearly in view.
So this is where I would have wanted...
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Those keys. Oh, I hate you, game. Okay. Let's say I still need to keep shovels, so we exchange Doge treats for the crests. What are we up against in the next room? Okay, so there is a fight. In that case, this is a little bit of a waste of the torches, but we know the fight's coming up, and I want to get rid of this debuff. We might get ambushed, unfortunately.
Close,
but
in tenuous firelight, and uneasy companionship.
all right. Zealous Speech. Scout ahead might make a... Prayer. Actually, yeah, this is a tough call. So scouting ahead. No. No, this is one companion, so I want something for the whole team. So it doesn't really matter which of these we use because I don't think we can do anything else. Yeah. So I mean, I'll do scout ahead, but oh, you know what? Release the Hound would have made more sense because it's the 30%. Okay, we didn't get ambushed.
Purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
That was primarily to free up the slot, or the slots, because one for the campfire, one for the food, as well as get rid of the debuff on that guy before a fight. God damn it.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
This guy is gonna devastate my my sanity if I let him. Well, the Vestal could be worse, I suppose. Okay, I'm still gonna deliver the Dazzling Light on the Madman just because he is a pretty high priority target. There might have been an argument for a judgment, but there you go. This is just to maximize the damage on the Shaman. Man, they're really going for the Vestal here.
Destroyed.
Nice. So now we just wrap them up with my higher damage characters. Cool. Well, they made up for lost lost damage.
These nightmarish creatures
This
can be
food
felt,
is very
they
welcome.
Can be beaten.
Well, this is a tougher one. I think we are going to go for the Pelagic Shaman. I think Judgment is actually the better call here, just for the maximum damage.
A momentary abatement.
If I didn't think I could take him out, I would have done the stun, but it was pretty clear we were going to make that work.
Another one.
Good
falls.
lord. This is such a tough call. So, is 25 stun... Nah, it's Zealous Accusation. I chose poorly. They're loving Kite. Here, Hound's Harry makes sense because it'll get through the protection and it'll inflict some bleed. Although, obviously, bleed on the fish people is not necessarily the smartest call. Collecting bounty is actually kind of... Yes. Mark for death first, then collect bounty. Obviously, collect bounty will give you the extra damage for the mark, but more importantly, the mark reduces the protection of the only character the only character that my single target attacks can hit. So this is a particular capability multiplier. Alright, continue healing the bounty hunter. That bleed's gotta do him in. Yeah. And then collect on the target.
Gently. This is how a life is.
Oh, this would be so good to use on the on the altar right now, but I know I need my shovels. I am not. No, actually, here's how I can handle this. So, Overture Box. Use to purge evil and restore purity. Can also apply to a hero to increase resistances. I don't know what this symbol means, though. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. I should have checked. Yeah, I think actually my Shult would have been better served by that. Still, not a bad choice at all. Let's get that Overture Box off, because as much as I like extra HP and dodge, I think the reduced accuracy is not ideal for me. So it is worth remembering that we need to complete 100% of room battles. So, what are my torches at? I got 4. In this case, I think I can justify some exploration. Normally I would have just gone for the target, but because there's some curios here, I think it makes some sense to see if I can pick up some stuff.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So we don't expect anything to happen here, but... Ooh. Okay, I've only got one more of these. Message has a lasting impact on the hero. Cytomania. Cure one, get another. I might have misjudged the torches here. I'm definitely going to be down to 1 by the time we get to this battle. Yeah, I don't think we'll be at full. Ooh, this is getting dangerous. Okay, 2 of these guys is a problem. I think we'll do the Hound's Harry just to spread the love, and then let's say it's Eldritch and Holy, so let's say okay, we'll be okay. This is partly just to cheat a little bit for the torch. This thing's unholy, so ideally the Crusader's going to be able to do the trick. Of course, Michelle is going to be on ice now that they have... God, this is such a tough call. I think in this case I am going to do a judgment. Oh no, you know what? That didn't make sense because I had the bleed on him. Well, anyways, I'm going to have to put them on ice because of the Black Plague. So I may have to try the Necromancer with a different team.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
So we'll light the torch on the way to the final battle. Yikes!
Steel and war, but nary a thought given to the plow.
The crate is full of food. We'll be able to handle this. This one I'm going to do the Hound's Harry, actually.
Obliterated.
I keep forgetting that's not available in the back row. Obviously, I'm taking a bit of a risk that my team's not going to need healing over the next little while, but it's a calculated risk because once the mission is over, it doesn't matter what our health is at. It only matters what our sanity's at. And it looks like that gamble paid off, unless he pulls out some nonsense. So clearly if I had a way of healing stress, I would be buying time, but I don't, so...
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task.
Similar story, we're just going to load up the items so that I can take advantage of the continued venturing, and this now allows me to use the key. Cool. I will take the bandages. I just need to remember that I need to get rid of the overture box when I get back to town.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time.
So we spent a lot of money on that one, and in the end we got about 10k back, so I think that's a net loss, but we do have a better return in terms of heirlooms. Admittedly, there are a lot of crests, but we're short on crests at the moment, so... sorry, formerly short on crests. So we got people to level 3. The thing that really sucks here is Mashalt was so close to level 3, but Black Plague is a pretty nasty one to have.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
Okay, Plagas underwent the effective disease treatment. Disease cured the Black Plague. Camerooni underwent effective disease treatment. Disease cured creeping cough. Guillot underwent effective disease treatment. Cured rabies. Does anybody here not have a character yet? I feel like Ego, Chia, Ascanius, Camerooni. I think everybody's got one. So the real question here, I mean, it's not impossible for me to go for the Necromancer right now. I am going to deal with the disease, so get rid of the Black Plague, get rid of the Red Plague. I don't think I have any more disease. So this is still level 2, and this is going to be the problem here, because I believe my low-level party... I've got Guillot, I've got Michaud... Oh no! I am short one person to get their levels up, and looks like we've got the Sunken Crew. Yeah, I've actually got a few boss options now. Or we try the Farmstead. Oh, I've never done the Farmstead before, though. So I guys just got a quick message. Johnny, if you are around, I got your message now, and cool. We will talk. If you're not in chat, shame on you. You're out for today, guys. Have a good time zone. Appropriate thing. Bye, System Talk. Bye, chat. Sorry I couldn't show you the Necromancer, Ego Karen. If I sound very, very sad the next time I talk to you, that's going to be because I lost. Okay, so my options. I can go after the Sunken Crew. Sunken Crew is usually... That's kind of straightforward, I think. So is the Necromancer, but it's really nice to have Crusader. Like, the one thing I know about the counters is that, like, the Crusader gets a buff against the thing that normally the Necromancer brings, so I kind of want the combination of like Plagas and Michaud. So then there's the question about the Farmstead. Now, if I remember, the Miller is actually kind of a bastard, so or actually maybe I'm just thinking about the horse. Maybe I've never actually made it to the Miller. I kind of want to look at a photo, but I know if I look at a photo... what are my other options? I was going to say, well, let's build a party and think about where... You can't really build a party and then say where you're going to go. You need to pick where you need to pick where you're going and then build a party around that. Don't have much by way of healing. Okay, so build up Blight instead of Bleed. And like sort of healing, but not really. Iron Swan, maybe. Serpent's Sway is actually not a bad one, so... This messes with the Iron Swan a bit. What are the numbers? Do they level up more often if you run into areas, or is it when you beat a boss? Are you talking about the numbers on the right-hand side? Oh, sorry, SK, you and Johnny are like two kids always sharing notes in class. Yeah. I like Johnny. He's cool. Oh, guys, we're talking about Johnny. Do you guys want to see my Johnny Big Time clip for tonight? I don't know if he'll be like... I don't know if I'm going to be able to like properly shout him out, but now is not a bad time to do this. So, Johnny Big Time was doing the cast of a lifetime, and I got a chance to do this. I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite clips of Johnny, because like everything is one of my favorite clips of Johnny, but like, for as we've been talking about, it's not been a great week, and Johnny was playing with this guy called Inventor Blades, and just seized the moment and produced such a funny little moment. I have to share this. I actually need to mute the game so that you can hear the audio. I think this will be worth it. I used the maximum length of the clips on Twitch to do this. So I know for those of you who just wish I'd play the game, I'm sorry, but I hope this is worth it. I think it'll be. Okay. Where is Doughboy? Hopefully I don't have anything like appalling on the screen right now. There we go. All right, this is Johnny Big Time playing Rainbow Six Siege with Inventor Blades, and this is the reason why you need to click that link and follow him. The man you're going to hear talking in the background is Inventor Blades.
I got into a car accident, no doubt, but I came out without broken bones or stitches, I got into a really bad accident, but I survived, and I didn't get really broken bones or anything.
And I got no broken bones now.
God punishes, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not righteous.
And when God punishes the people, because they are not righteous and they manipulate.
Bodily injuries.
You get all the bodily injuries.
God already is in my favor.
God is already in my favor.
I know this already. I'm not supposed to be here. I cheated death.
I'm not supposed to be here right now. Because I cheated the Grim Reaper. God is good to me. He
punishes all the other sinners that are evil and traitors.
This is getting really weird now.
I don't do no stupid shit. I got into a car.
Anyway, Johnny's ability to seize the moment, like, I hope you guys found that as funny as I did. If you want to share that with friends, there it is. Yeah, I don't know. He has really put a lot of effort into his audio setup, so he's got a bunch of different effects that he can apply in real time, and just being able to do stuff like that on the fly is it delights me every single time. So I am slightly tempted to bring an occultist. Actually, you know what? A vulnerability hex might be just the thing. I was hoping not to have to spend that money. God, this farmstead might wreck me, but this is not a bad little combo, I don't think. So here's, like, again, this is going in on a boss I haven't seen before, but the reasoning here is that, like, I really like the Iron Swan, and this is just like somebody who can smack people. What's the deal with the lower crit? Ah, the trinket. Bonus damage against unholy. I can't remember if the sorry, don't forget to remove the box item for the crusade. Thank you, Cam Rooney. I think I can actually remove that when they're in the sanitarium, now that you think about it. Or now that I think about it. I'm just trying to remember. I don't think I think it's only when you're in the... I think it's only when you're in the ruins that... 25 damage if you're in position 1. This doesn't make sense as well, for the simple reason that I've got Scream, so we need to reevaluate where we're at with the... Okay, bleed skill would be nice, except that I never use the bleed skills, so not for this character anyway. Don't have Crimson Curse. I mean, these are not bad trinkets, they're just not appropriate for the moment. I don't think there's a torch on the windmill. Better HP, lower resist for death blow. I am really gonna regret putting this thing on. It doesn't have a stun. Better speed, definitely no. I don't think there's any diseases. Kind of feel like the dodge is more important here. Okay, so Plagas is in position 1 for most of the time. Scream's going to be jumping back and forth. So lower dodge, but that's fine because they put up the Serpent Shield, which is the main thing. And then, of course, we have some armor piercing if that's needed. Frankenvinter is going to be here for bonuses against Eldritch, better dodge, lower speed. I might want to reconsider that. Let's see what special... Oh yeah, I should actually be taking a look at specialist items for the Shield Breaker. There are none. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep Frankenvinter the way that they are. It might make some sense to put down some bleed resist on my people to help with the healing via occultist. But I think for Frankenvinder, bonuses to range skill. I mean, bonus to range skill is better. Technically, it's better because I don't think we're going to be going against Eldritch, but maybe I should not be assuming so much about what my enemies look like. Tall Man Alive, better Blight skill, lower HP, better stun skill. We do have a stun skill for this person. Okay, yeah. No, I think I'm going to live with that then. So... Dodge Stone versus Bleed Resist. What's their Bleed Resist right now? 70? I think I'm going to risk it. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at... Oh, this is going to cost so much. Oh my god, so much. Oh, what did I do? Okay, no. I'm just trying to find the stuff that I have like multiple copies of. Okay, so let's start thinking about the stuff that I find a little less useful. So, one of these. These I might want to keep. It's actually kind of nice to see all this in one spot. Okay, let's see if there's any of this rare stuff that I can get rid of. Probably not. This is actually a pretty pitiful little haul. Goodbye, money. And now the skill. Oh, Jesus Christ. I gotta have the weakening curse. Ah, Jesus. Kite. Oh, that's right. I was gonna unequip the box. I should have planned this out a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna start cutting deep. I have multiple Vestals, so that doesn't make sense to... I think this is going to be... I don't think this is going to be enough for me to do what I need. Okay, Weakening Curse... Probably shouldn't be throwing all my resources into that. You know what? We're gonna go bold. We're absolutely not going to be equipped to go after the Necromancer after this, but let's see how this goes.
Slabs etched with certain celestial designs were erected around the perimeter of the farmstead. The miller, lamentably eager for some early sign of improvement, fixed his watery eyes intently upon the wilted fields and listless mill. My gaze, however, was cast skyward, and I marveled at the limitless profanity of the stars, wondering what harvest might come.
This has a really high chance of going wrong. All of these are where I want them to be. Alright, let's see if I've just signed my death warrant. Okay, let's start with the Serpent Sway. What's their blight again? Ooh, that's a good blight resist. I have made a terrible mistake. Single, huh?
A decisive pummeling.
Okay, well that didn't last long.
A death by inches.
I can try the Serpent Sway again, but that might... See, the problem here is I don't know if that's going to affect the boss fight as well. So in this one, we're going to do the Adder's Kiss, I think. That's the only one that'll take me back. No, Impale will as well. This does more damage, though. But it takes on all of them, so... Okay, so clearly this guy's done for... Husk and Human. I was not expecting that combo, to be honest. Let's weaken and curse this guy.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Cool, so we can get some heals in. It won't matter.
Executed with impunity. Well struck.
You know, for something with 70% blight resist, this is actually working out pretty well. Why did I hit the thing with Riposte? Oh, because it only does 1 damage per turn. Alright, so net out of 1.
Decimated.
Okay. So yeah, this still only counts as use his remaining 1. Let's... I think Abyssal Artillery is the... Jesus! Alright, so we're gonna have to open, or do the weird reconstruction.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
I'm not feeling the synergies in this party, to be honest with you. We always have running as an option, but I really want to get the...
Confidence surges.
Like, I put a lot of money in upgrading these guys, so I really need to deliver on the cash. God damn it. Ooh, that was not worth it.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Hellion can do Iron Swan, so...
Soothed. Sedated.
I hate that I'm doing this.
Begone, fiend.
Oh, and then I can't Iron Swan this. I'm probably gonna get hit hard by this thing now. I need to be a lot more thoughtful about the way that I'm positioning everybody. I hate... Okay.
To the pit.
That's a debuff I didn't want to take, but... Oh, Jesus! Yeah, I think we just dump as much plague on this thing as we can and we pray. Of course he does.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
Right, Abyssal Artillery doesn't work because he is invisible, so let's get the healing up. I would have done Impale, but I gotta be in position 1 for that, so... All in all, this was not a competent piece of work.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
We are gonna get trampled. Mind you, we got a couple heals coming up, so... I kind of feel like the heal is the better thing to do right now. It won't do a lot, but...
Another one falls.
Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
acid champion falls.
That was worse.
The horror.
I gotta move him back. Sorry I'm not doing better commentary here. I really gotta evaluate how I'm handling this. So clearly the occultist needs to be Jesus. Clearly the occultist needs to be on a big healing spree. The thing is, I can't let myself get too freaked out, because if I do that, 11 per round. Yeah, that guy's done for. Clearly I can't go too crazy on the heals, because I really don't know who's going to be available next. Let's heal the shield breaker. Ooh. And now Iron Swarm doesn't work.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Anyways, yeah, so I can't get too healing focused, because the game almost certainly builds it so that you lose if you just constantly try to heal your way out of your problems. This guy's gonna suck. Oh! Nope, next phase.
At last, some sheltered corner of reality.
Okay, knowing what we know now, there do not seem to be any points for Eldritch only allowed one. Never mind. So clearly bringing food would have been more sensible, but I didn't know that at the time, so... and minus 10 healing received. Jesus! Alright, what's this?
An open door. Parts and times unknown.
Oh! Oh!
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
This isn't great.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh my god!
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Oh, that bleed.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
This is so dangerous.
Patched up. If only to bleed again.
They're on like permanent weird reconstruction mode.
Exposed to a killing blow.
They're not going to be able to heal themselves either. Okay, good news. This guy is gonna die on their own, so... what are we looking at here? I think we start taking out the damage dealers and hope that we're gonna be able to heal up. Serpent Sway puts me forward. But see, killing something is the best form of damage mitigation, and we need to get rid of that Enchantress. Alright, everybody's gonna be scrambling to get that thing. Weird Reconstruction's just not
And now the true test.
not doing what it needs to.
Hold fast or expire. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
What are we doing? 1 per round. Jesus. Okay, and we've got some stress coming up too. I am pretty pessimistic about our prospects here. In this case, Plague Grenade makes the most sense. If we get some lucky rolls, we might be able to turn this around, but I just got too many people at low health. I am going to try and make the most of the, like, the broader damage, though. Ah! I mean, we're doing okay wearing them down, it's just our heals have not been where they need to be. Okay, so this is a time for battlefield medicine, because I think most people should be dying to... No, not quite. I'm gonna risk it, though.
A momentary abatement.
Okay.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
I feel like a flagellant would have been good to bring this time around. Okay, things are slowly turning around. We'll see how the next couple of rounds go, though. Position, heal thyself. Alright, now we start paying back some of our good luck. I've not used Serpent Sway yet. I need to use that for damage mitigation. I can't Iron Swan. I can break through. Okay, so name of the game here is to try and heal up as many people as possible. Plague Grenade is tempting in this case, because like just doing these incremental heals up to level 29 doesn't really seem to cut it. I'm pretty sure Hellion is the priority for healing now. I did not prepare for this. Alright. The Blight should hopefully help with the gargoyles. I'll get the healing while I can at this point. Clearly, the Hellion's going to be taking up the majority of it. 3 a round is not that great. I mean, essentially that's a net of 3, assuming they take no other damage. Well, that's a bad assumption.
Impressive.
Ah! I don't need this kind of negativity. I mean, we're in better shape than we were the last time
Place
around,
of
but
refuge, if only for a fleeting moment.
lucky. Probably not the character I would have wanted that for, to be honest. But that's fine. We'll just use our heals to focus on the Hellion. Okay, let's see where this goes.
Reality regained.
I think taking people down with plague is going to be the name of the game.
Destroyed.
Oh my god, do I not have Serpent Sway anymore? No, I gotta be in position 1 for that, I forgot. It would have been smarter for me to start her in position 1 and move back.
Wounds of
God
war can
damn
be
it!
healed, but never hidden.
This is brutal. That's not good. I was actually trying to save the Serpent Sway for the boss, just so I could buy a little time to figure out what's going on. Anyways, too late.
Quakes. The blood quickens.
In this case, I think I'm going to start dedicating the Plague Doctor to mitigating the ticking damage. And hopefully they'll get their time in the heal seat. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And they go invisible right away. That is not... I have no way of dealing with this guy right now. And bad things are about to happen, Frankenvinder. Hopeless.
There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all.
Of course. You know what? I should have done it on the front row guy and let him die to... So he's gonna die to the blight. Oh, you know what? That was not a good call because he's still gonna get hit by the trample. Well, let's do what damage we can to the nightmare. See if we can be a little more ecumenical on...
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Not good at all. No, I should have healed. I should have healed the occultist. I could lose Frankenvinder right away. Ugh. If he committed suicide, I would have lost it. No! I can't get him in the front position. He'll die. Okay, we got to get rid of
The
the
bigger the beast, the
mare.
greater the glory. Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
This is purely positional, but she's gonna get so many debuffs for this.
Powerful blow.
Position heal thyself. Okay, again, buys us time. Battlefield medicine is the best investment, pays off.
A singular strike.
Yeah, it gives him a free hit, though. Okay. Apparently he's really good at dodging those, so Wicked Hack just so that thing doesn't blow up and kill us all. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Plague grenades and prayer. Getting an Iron Swan off will be good, and we also get to poison, or try to poison the Scarecrow. Okay, we still need to focus on... We need to focus on, like, the heroes on at this point, so... The heroes. Still doing the plague grenade strategy. No Iron Swan, but we've lost position 4 anyway, so... Okay, that was a lucky dodge. A skillful dodge, sorry. Please don't do anything you regret. Nice!
Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one.
Okay, a lot of this has to be about trying to get the party as healed as possible for the final fight. But not at the risk of... Not at the risk of, like, losing the party to this group. We gotta be getting close to the target. I should have paid attention to the... how much damage this is. This is a pretty devastating hit. Impale it is? No, that's bad. Hopefully the plague doc... Okay, hopefully the plague doctor's able to get to the position in time. The answer is no. Okay, but that's an improvement. Clearly that's gonna... I need to pay a lot more attention to the ticking damage my guys are getting. Just appalling. That could not have come at a worse time.
The comet's maddening light. For now.
Packs full of steel and war, but nary a thought given to the plow.
Fuck this game.
Anger is power. Unleash it.
Okay, so Hellions gonna get the majority of healing. Oh my god, this game is terrible. Okay. I can boost my protection or my max H. I should have done that before I got the healing. So let's improve the... My team has given up. We are pushing forward on this.
The poor fool still stands, battered and broken as his precious mill.
This is going to be character building. Oh, I see how this is going to be. This is going to get tough. Okay, weakening cursed. I gotta prioritize this guy when I can. Oh my god, what is this going to...
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread.
I see where this is going. I'm really curious if my plague grenade's still gonna work. No, it isn't. Shit.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
You had better hope this works. I think the Impale's the trick here. Okay, stress I can live with. We gotta get rid of the... Oh, I hate that I'm gonna have to self-heal this guy.
Precipice of oblivion.
Okay, well it worked, so...
Patient. It will wait.
Oh, this does so much damage each round. I don't think I have enough to take this guy out. Because what's happening, so there's a lot of things that don't work with this composition, but the problem is I'm relying on my occultist for healing, but I'm also relying on my occultist to get that protection down, because it's 20% protection on 143 health. So I'm gonna put a brave face on this. I think we'll take out the Scarecrow just as a precaution. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, I think it's just, yeah, everyone is at death's door now, and he's got another action. And I think we're going to wind up losing Frankenvinder to a heart attack anyway. So do I lose the one occultist and potentially the party? I'm gonna heal Frankenvinder, and we're gonna run immediately after.
Where there is no peril in the task, there can be no glory in its accomplishment.
Yeah, that was bad all around, but that also could have ended a lot worse for me.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So the drawback here is I don't have any way of healing up my existing people. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sort by level. We're not going to go on a boss fight here. What we're going to do instead is we're going to find a nice little short. Trying to find a nice little short. Out of the blood. I think there's too much of a risk of getting the curse here. It's all the same mission. I can't bring this many level 2s on a... But then they all level up at the same time too, well, except Gyo. %100% on a long is a really tall order though. I'm willing to put a bit of risk in on this, but yeah, this is... This is a strategy, all right. Okay. Two collars. That's what all the best flagellants have. They're not really in a position 1 spot. They're not actually that effective in position 1. So I do use stun a lot on these guys, and there is the possibility that they're going to get stressed out, so... Okay, definitely healing skills. Yeah, we're going all in on the healing. Oh, I'm sorry, Cameroni. I'm like in focus mode because of the disaster that was that farmstead mission. BS. Okay. So the problem here is it's a medium dungeon, and I'm going to be going in with only food. Wow. Oh, I got to get shovels too. Okay. Yeah, I really was careless with that farmstead mission. All right.
Can the defiled be consecrated? Can the fallen find rest?
Please tell me I bought the show. Okay, good. Yeah, so actually, to be honest with you, the thing that's worrying me the most about that Miller encounter is not... It's actually not so much that I got my ass kicked, it's that I'm not 100% sure about how I'd handle them now that I've had that encounter. I feel like a Vestal is pretty much a must-have at this point. going to... I feel a little bad about doing this, but I actually want to maximize the number of encounters in order to... Okay, that's not so bad. I want to maximize the number of encounters I have to get my...
Cruel machinations spring to life.
To get my sort of wealth up.
Purpose.
Not the people I want to meet.
Devastating blow.
Blog time? Nah. My stress is definitely... I didn't think it would be that high. Okay, let's be cheesy. Nah, we'll judge. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, with that in mind...
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. A death by inches.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it is a higher level dungeon. I can't get too mad about it, but... I also keep forgetting, like, the level 3 dungeons can be meaningfully harmful. I'm gonna do Dazzling Light here, and that's as much about getting the torch up as it is trying to deliver the stun.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay, money's good.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
This will... Yeah, this is actually going to be challenging. Punish makes the most sense, even though it's higher protection, because there's clearly no bleed modifier on the guys in the back row, and 67% seems to be a really high tax to pay. Like, also seems like a really good way to get past this problem. This is like 2 higher level enemies on a party that's really not equipped to deal with this. Again, partly to just get the torch up. Is there no way to take newer characters to lower level dungeons the longer you play? Sorry, Cameroon, I gotta double check what you're talking about with when you're talking about those numbers on the map. My understanding is that you get like your level and then 1 higher. And any other difference, you actually need to wait for a special town event. I tend to find that it's actually the biggest problem that I have in terms of getting, accomplishing certain goals. Like, my party composition always winds up a little bit weird when I'm trying to level people. As is kind of evident by the fact that we're really struggling on this encounter. It's one of my main damage dealers
Slowly,
off.
Gently. This is how a
Well, this will at least let me get some blade in. Apparently I decided to forego the blight and... This is the guy I'm actually okay taking damage, because he's going to be able to heal a bunch of people. 4 down. Okay, so he's done for, so at this point it makes sense to try and heal up the party. Smite makes the most sense. Shit!
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit.
No,
unless
god damn it, it depends on...
inordinate
Okay, good.
considered a virtue.
I was just thinking, like, if that guy got taken out first,
Slow
I
death.
wouldn't be able to do the heal.
Unforeseen, unforgiving.
Alright. We're good. Well, the good news is that he usually gets a virtue when the bad stuff starts happening. It's not good for my torch, but I do want to take a look at all the
Mechanical
curios.
hazards possessed by evil intent.
Worth it.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly
Thing is,
corruption.
like, the black as pitch is not actually the worst modifier to have in my particular case, because it's like, yes, my guys are going to be taking some more damage and stuff like that, but our crits are higher and we get more loot, and I have to wonder if part of this is about helping players who have run out of money.
Begone, fiend.
Okay, I might be able to get a zealous accusation to take these guys out, but we'll see. I need to self-heal pretty quick. I don't want to zealous accusation this.
Another one
This is just so that I can get some healing in with my Vestal. Now, normally I do judge. Oh, I can do judgment. Okay,
press this advantage.
so she can
Give
heal.
them no quarter.
I'm okay with the flagellant.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
I'm actually okay with the flagellant not getting the heals, because obviously when they get to lower damage, or when they get to lower health, they start to perform. Reason I'm dumping the firewood here is I only brought 8 food, and that was purely to defend against the hunger. Rapturous!
One can sometimes find clarity in madness, but only rarely.
But yeah, so basically the firewood is a great excuse for me to get, to have my party starve to death. Not great. Excuse me. Cool.
Exposed to a killing blow.
I can't do a transformation right now. I'd love to, but like that's just bad news. Oh, this is not where I want my Vestal. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to move my Crusader forward. With an attack, at least. Let's get a little more damage in before I start doing these self-heals. I think he still has the, yeah, he has the debuff, so it's not as strong as it used to be. This is a moment I can justify Divine Comfort, actually. Whew.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I need to be really careful with my Vestal now. That was a mistake. She's gonna die. Fuck!
Tenuous proposition in this sprawling tomb.
Oh my god, and I hit the wrong thing. Alright.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Their formation is broken.
This is gonna be such a pain in the ass to try and get the party back up to speed. Okay, so there's a, like, this is gonna be really hard, cause like these are rare items and everything. So bring the scroll in, we will opt out of the Jade. And I'm going to accept that we miss out on these. Oh, that was such a, like, a large part of that was me being a bonehead, but yeah, the death blow was just a particularly nasty little coda to the debacle. We do have healing capacity still, but it's going to be a struggle. Good news is they can't hurt my torch. Well, he just invited a world of pain. Although he's gonna get a heart attack in a minute. Masamigoma has become abusive. Alright, so this is gonna be really bad for my flagellant.
Than 100 cannons.
Let's stun the stress dealer. Why? I would have hoped for a little more healing, if I'm totally honest. I've got 6 sanity that I... Fuck me, this is gonna suck.
Teetering on the brink, facing the
He could
abyss.
die next round. Okay. No way!
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I should have got rid of the citrine before. So yeah, the problem here is I was trying to get him to heal up. He's liable to get a heart attack pretty much every battle now because of the abusive party member. There's no possible way he's going to feel better after reading these books. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Oh, nice. Okay. This is going to be extremely fragile because we got two major stress dealers. But there's a way of making this work. And we just got fucked.
Set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
He's gonna die. Fuck!
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold.
I just needed him to get that heal off, but the Tempting Goblet was it. Anyways, the goal of this one was to get the Crusader at level 3, so as long as the Crusader's around by the end. It's a costly expedition, but it's level 2. Actually, the Vestal might have been a level 3 now that I think about it. God damn it. Nice. Okay, we got it. So obviously at this point we can chuck out some of the excess.
Merely a trick of the light.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to have anything else. Get us out of here.
Beacons in the darkness, stars in the emptiness of the void.
All right. I would say 1800 in the bank is a good haul. We obviously lost 2 characters for that. So yeah, it was going to be a level 3 Vestal, but like, let's face it, while tragic, these are the 2 that were okay to lose.
Shuffling dead are silenced. We have claimed dominion over the ruins once more.
33% resolve XP in the ruins on the next quest, plus 15% damage in the ruins on the next quest. So, the real question here is, do I want to risk bringing my, like, peak stress? Like, this would be a great time to go after the Necromancer, save for the fact that my Crusader is bonkers. gonna find the cheapest thing. All right. Let us accept the fact that this is not going to be an ideal party. JFC Fuller, Ren. Is Sin a good position too? I feel like Sin is more useful in this than Dismas, and I think Mojo Storm gives me a little extra healing on this, right? If memory serves, I think the Necromancer is Eldritch, but clearly we have so many people who are not fit for the... not fit for the fight, so... now that we know what we know... I gotta be careful about how I'm spending this. This is why it's all so expensive. Man. Okay, so this is a damage dealer. Sin's sort of a damage. Yeah, let's go for it. Feel like I need to pay for the supplies, though. Okay, I've got 5,000 to play with, so let's first of all deal with our stress. Gotta be really careful with how I'm spending this money. Okay, I think that's all the stress we're dealing with right now. I don't think I'm going to bring anybody into the hamlet until we can bring them in at the appropriate level. Okay, let's see if this is another disaster. Only other thing I can think of would be to bring some like bandages and antidotes. Gone this far without, but I am going to load up on the food just so that we can be safe. I think this makes the most sense because I know I'm going to be able to do a firewood. Only other thing I might want to do is improve my scouting, but... I forgot to do the trinkets.
From overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical processes
I forgot to look at the map again. I'm sorry. Feel free to remind me next time we're on that menu.
Guests. I murdered them as they slept.
Okay.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
This actually tells me a lot. So I'm willing to risk the,
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
This is a suspiciously promising start.
Well struck.
Judged! I was really hoping not to get a crit,
Destroyed.
just so we could do that. I believe they go up to level 6, Cameruni. Oh, hang on. I think I know what you're talking about with those numbers. I need to figure out what those do, actually. Okay, I don't have any way of doing some kind of clever attack. This is to try and keep a corpse for me to beat up for a little while. I do less damage and speed, so we'll slap it again. Good news is both of these characters have healing, so I don't need to disrupt my party too much. Not ideal, but at least they're visible now. I'm not sure why I did that instead of pick to the face.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I think I need to read the tooltip on that. I know what you're talking about. There's like progression in each of the dungeons, and that's kind of how you know that you're getting closer to a boss. We don't know what kind of battle this is, so I think I'm going to risk going up here first because it's a chance that we'll run into the Necromancer early. And failing that, we sort of know it's going to be down there. I'm gonna try the flashing daggers again just to see if we can smack the bone veteran. We obviously pay in the form of stress from these guys, but I think it's a price worth paying. I'm gonna do this on the assumption that the Iron Swan takes care of this guy in the back.
Obliterated.
Can't happen now that the crit happened.
Decimated.
Okay, so obviously the Hellion's gonna need some healing next round. Flashing daggers to save the day,
As the
though.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Beauty. I do need to find a better way of dealing with the invisible folks, though.
Press this advantage.
Not exactly what the bolas are for, but it does the trick. So it turns out these guys have actually got a decent little I don't know, kit. Okay, so it turns out we would not have encountered the Necromancer in that case. Good to know. Eyes of Sin will deal with the trap. So with luck, we'll be able to get a camp in. An old journal entry. Okay, we have a fight. Spearman's gonna be a bit of a pain, but I think we can manage this. He's got dodge rather than protection.
Eradicated. Continually
This is partly just trying to get as many pieces off the board that can damage me. Dazzling Light for this stun makes most sense.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Okay, not bad. I need to deal with the prot, but that's what we've got picked to the face for. That stings, but we can, Vestal can heal, and then the sniper can do what they do best. Man, Ren has been on point with the crits. Okay, bolas won't do what I want them to, so... this could be bad. That's not an ideal spot for Sin, but I think in this case Pick to the Face is a desirable ability. So the marksman should be able to wrap this up. I will judge just to tilt it in our favor.
Precision and power.
Nice.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Sadly, we don't have any keys, but... So we get at least one free room. We'll see what waits for us in the last stage, but... My hope is that we can make some decent, we can have a decent time with the Necromancer. And then sort of use the opportunity to, I feel like I'm gonna get a disease. Oh, thank God. So like if this is not a heavy battle, it means I either use the firewood to like buff, or we have kind of the run of the place and we try and get some extra goodies. Nice. Okay. So let's take a look at what everybody's campfire skills are. Okay, so we get Blessing, we get a Sanctuary. Marching Plan's nice. Pilfer is not bad. This is a little wasteful, but I will just do a 4 because I don't exactly need the stress. So first of all, Sanctuary. So now what we're going to do is get as many buffs as we can. And I think a supply item... I mean, why not, right?
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So depending on how this goes, we might be able to take some other stuff. I might as well wait. Okay. Fair enough. I have a feeling the Vestal's going to be doing a lot of judgment. I'm doing this to take a piece off the board. It's not the bravest choice I've made, but... God damn it. It's a liability. I mean, it was gonna happen at some point. I just wish it wasn't this one.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
In this case, I think I'm gonna ditch the food. We clearly don't need this much, seeing as we're just going to be taking the excesses. Okay, so, I mean, other than the fact that the party composition isn't what I would normally pick for a Necromancer fight, I think we're in okay shape.
Towering, fierce, terrible, nightmare-made material.
Okay, so I kind of want to take advantage of the ticking damage if I can. I think this also bonuses against Blighted. Okay. Seeing as it's stealth, we'll just take the opportunity. Okay, what's his dodge at? I mean, I kind of feel like, nah, you know what? Let's go for the buffs. The whole reason we came here was for the extra damage, so... Okay, so... this should do a lot. I am shocked that that does not count as them being in position 4. This will cause stress. That sucks. But we've done a pretty decent job taking this guy down, so... how much longer does this bleed last? Jesus. Alright. Hellion can now come to the fight. I actually should have thought that through a little bit more. I didn't think that these guys would have been stealthed. That is terrifying. Get wrecked.
Even the dead can die again.
Hey, capability 29, sorry. I've been having a really difficult time of it, so I'm enjoying a small victory lap. How are you doing?
A trick of the light?
When you say you're intrigued, have you played Darkest Dungeon, or are you just intrigued by this very strange and overexcited man playing the game late at night? You have played, but not very well. Well, for what it's worth, this is like my first time going to all these different locations. I feel like I should take a leper item for sure. We'll go for the blueprints. Yeah, I'm willing to go with this. But yeah, so I'm enjoying enjoying some of these experiences for the first time. Other things like I've done before, so it's not as terrifying. But damn it, Sin. But yeah, it's a wonderful game, though, isn't it? By a Vancouver studio, actually, Red Hook. So I'm Canadian, and I must point this fact out to everyone every time. One of the reasons we did the ruins this time around, this isn't the party I would normally want to take on a quest like this, but we have we get extra XP. We also get 15% extra damage on this particular mission. So now I'm just going to move forward for the curio so that I can try and get the goodies. We will stop short of actually going to the blockage. That's correct. I think it was that Clay gave them some financing. Central Ontario, cool. I actually moved to Ottawa for work, so we're probably closer than you think. Although before I moved to Ottawa, I worked in film for a bit, which is it's one of 3 places basically, like Vancouver, Toronto, or Montreal. So I'm going here first just so I can get the battle and the curio. The thing to remember is that I get the option to run away at any point now. This is all about greed. Because we do not have a lot of money. I think the Madman is the higher priority.
A momentary abatement.
Yeah, Iron Swan it is. I really want to take out the Noble. That's how it's done. All right, so Vestal will heal. Okay, good. Vestal and Marksman can both heal themselves. We get to Iron Swan or Arbalest, not Marksman, because it's not a man. And then the rest of us mop it up on the next round. All right.
As victories mount,
it'd be nice to get the
so
charm.
will resistance.
I mean, maybe giving up my torches might be a plan. Thing is, I don't actually have that much that's giving me money here. But the gold... See, the thing is, I kind of feel like having the key potentially unlocks a lot more value than just the 250 gold. So I'm gonna take it on the probability that we run into something that needs it. Obviously, if the grave robber didn't open that
well performed.
That cabinet, we would have been in slightly better shape. But okay. I don't know why I didn't take the...
A fortune waiting to be spent.
I think... No, we should probably feed. I was just thinking maybe I can take him up to wasting, but I can see a lot of reasons why that would go wrong. I wasn't even paying attention to her stress.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
By the way, I never realized that, like, if you look at it, this book stack is, like, flatly painted like a diorama. I never noticed that before. That is such a good little illusion. So I can see myself heading down this path and going to the room battle with the Curio. We'll see where we're at to do that final battle, because the final battle, that'll give me an opportunity to sort of clear out the inventory, but it might also carry with it a little bit more than I can handle. Also, our stress is not exactly where I would normally want it to be. Hey, the Eyes of Sin! You're doing the Lord's work. How was your day? So again, prioritizing the stress dealers because I'm quite a bit higher on stress than I really would have expected. Alright. I think in the name of extending this run, I'm going to start healing up some of my other party members. We don't really need to do the judgments yet. So Sin and the Hellion JFC Fuller are going to be my front... Okay, never mind. You'll get your healing later.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
As is common practice, we just pick up those bandages off the floor and use them to bind the wounds.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Sin decided to inhale the crazy vapors of an Iron Maiden and has gained the worries.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Okay, so Pick to the Face is going to help with the gargoyles, and let's leave it at that. It might have been sensible to take out the Cultist Enchantress, but I was really hoping Iron Swan would have done the trick. Because I am worried about stress, we'll double up the attack.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Wasn't that bad?
Executed with impunity. A devastating blow.
I was debating on that and healing Sin, but I feel like I'm gonna get at least one more round to do that heal. The protection's really high because it's stone. Alright, I'm getting a little lucky here. Nicely done. Okay.
A singular strike.
Wasn't exactly as planned, but it definitely turned out. Oh, they're gonna make me make some hard decisions. Deeds are better than a torch. And let's see. Nice. Okay.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
I think the extra crests make the most sense here. Simply must know what is within. Volumes are dull and uninteresting. So I'm running a bit of a risk here, seeing as it looks like I'm one short on the food. I think somebody's a stress eater, so we're gonna go all in on it, and we're gonna hope that the hallway doesn't create a new metals are synthesized. So we're gonna hope we don't get hungry in this hallway. Sin, would you do the honors? So other than the stress, this has been a pretty good run. We can handle this. So Pick to the Face to deal with the prot. I think most of my other guys will be able to handle the rest of the team. Well, that sucks. So unfortunate, but we just...
Impressive.
Jesus. I really like the Hellion. Yeah, so long as I'm careful about everybody's health. Man, they really want to take out Sin. Okay, so obviously priority for healing. Still going to chip away at the 45% prot. And clearly the target for the heal.
A powerful blow.
So that, again, I'm not aiming for the guy who's weaker, just in hopes of being able to take out a squishier target. Same deal here, right? Like for a difference of 3 health, we might have prevented that damage, which was spread across the party. Again, Sin is clearly the highest priority heal right now, but the round will probably be over. In fact, in this case, I'm gonna no point in risking it. Just on the odd chance that the judgment didn't hit.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Alright, that's a decent haul. I mean, we're obviously going to need the blood now that Ren has got the Crimson Curse. Blueprint's always nice. I might sell one of these healing amulets, but let's see what the... Yeah, there's nothing else for us to take. Let's see what the haul was. I mean, we could have earned even more, frankly. We're at a net negative, but we definitely have a lot of heirlooms, and that's going to help me with the costs of upping the armor and the training. This game is a classic setting, creating atmosphere. It's so well done. I agree. I'm sorry I didn't see that before capability, but it's always... I was trying to look in some of the modding stuff, and you can actually see the logic in terms of where they change like the intensity of the music and stuff like that. Obviously, Wayne June's voice acting certainly adds a lot to the atmosphere. And I don't know, there's just... I think one of the things that impresses me so much is they do a lot with relatively few art assets. Like, it's a great looking game, and there's not a lot of sameness, but if you actually start paying attention to the number of times certain things get reused, it's really impressive how well they understand what you're paying attention to in a given scene, because it's really hard to find the stuff that's repeated. Like, for example, like the stuff that you can look for, the artifacts that you need to cleanse, those appear a couple of times in the dungeons, even when you're on those quests. In the opening cinematic, I actually think one of those artifacts are sitting in the background, now that I think of it. The altar with like the tentacle in the shape of a hook, that's also in the ancestor's study when he's reading his paper. So yeah, I don't know, I like that sort of stuff because
Flames on the horizon. Sulfur in the air. The wolves are at the door.
I've heard about this. Brigand incursion to arms. A brigand raiding party has descended upon the hamlet with explosive fury and murderous intent. Plot quest: wolves at the door. Plagus has gambled and recovered 69 stress. Tall woman alive is on a hot streak and refuses to leave the gambling hall yet. Recovered 69 stress. Scream went on a drunken bender and hasn't been seen since the previous evening. 70 stress and is no longer paranoid. Massa Magoma has had a night on the town. Recovered 70 stress, is no longer abusive. Michelle has achieved constant calm. New quick calm replaced scientific, and meditated to recover 84 stress and is no longer fearful. Yeah, that's an incredibly happy system. I was so happy that we managed to turn this around and take out the necromancer. Okay. What? Holy God. Level 6. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to bring Sin on this because she's a good damage dealer. Okay, you've got healing. I actually don't have that much money for upgrades.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
God, this is so expensive. Definitely not. Definitely not healing anybody's stress this time. Well, that's not true, actually. I don't think I can afford the rest, though. This is going to be really hard if this is a level 6. The Wolf has rallied his men, pushed through the brigand hordes, defeat him, and restore some semblance of safety to the hamlet. Sharp had better do some pretty impressive things.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
It's just because I know that people are going to bleed out.
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
What am I doing? I should have killed the guy.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
They've already set up camp. It's our stuff now.
Waiting to be spent.
Okay. I gotta be careful on who I try and take out.
A devastating blow.
So I'm figuring the marksman and arbalist can take out the lunatic. The bleeders can take out the rest. God damn it, Sharp. Okay, so now Ego gets to deliver some heavy damage.
A decisive pummeling.
It's ridiculous he's not dead yet.
A death by inches.
No!
The will to fight falters.
So there's a reason for this.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Wanted to boost the heal for both characters.
Ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Well, I mean, that was the risk I brought bringing Mojo Storm with me. Alright.
Masterfully
Beautiful.
executed.
I'm going to try and get some healing because I have no idea what the Wolf is gonna bring. This character I want taking damage. Come on.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I always love it when it's a coup de grace and I use that ability.
This expedition at least promises success.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you have to search for the bad guy on this one. So again, I gotta minimize the stress. We gotta get rid of the lunatic. I wasn't expecting me to have that.
Executed with impunity.
Nice.
Annihilated.
Ouch. I have bandages, why am I not using them?
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I think a self-heal makes the most sense at this point. Alright.
Eradicated. A trifling victory.
But a victory nonetheless.
Well, if we have to run, at least we'll get a haul. This is not great. So I think we're gonna leave the range characters to take care of the lunatic. The rest of us are gonna bleed down the bloodletter. if, you know, we could hit him.
A powerful blow. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Not great. That heal was good, though.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Okay, they've shown themselves, so I do want to try and get some healing on Mojo Storm, but obviously, especially when dealing with enemies like this, I want to make sure that I'm taking pieces off the board when I can. I don't have enough bandages to deal with that bleed.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
3 per round. Ugh. Okay, I got lucky. God, get.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, I'm gonna replace the medicinal herbs. Yeah, I am not really in any shape to be going after the bad guy here. Good God. This is also very good. Okay.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I don't think I can justify ditching any of the stuff for crests, which I have so many of. Alright. It's gonna be really interesting to heal my guys. And I'll be honest, I'm kinda hoping we don't run into anything. This game hates me. So this is to deal damage to the invisible guy. I basically need to use all of the heals that I can on these two characters. Casual nothing, you are not helping the situation.
No hope in this hell. No hope at all.
No!
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Nice. We can obviously eat if we know that we're going up against the main boss, but that's a pretty big assumption I'm making. I need ego to go down in health badly.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
I might lose Mojo.
And now the true test. Hold fast.
Okay, I got
or
lucky.
expire.
That luck is running out.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
We need to maximize the damage that we do here, and then I'm just gonna eat. No, it's smarter to heal.
Hot up. If only to bleed again. These nightmarish creatures can be, they can be beaten.
I'm sticking with what I got here. So this is going to be a real pain.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
So the real problem is I don't know what's behind this door. So we're going to eat down to 4. I get 3, 2 damage per round. There we go. I'm hoping this is the boss. Okay, cool. Oh my god, what is this? I would have used that for a heal, but I want to... I want to make the most of it. Okay, clearly we need to debuff. Interesting. Fingers crossed. This is going to suck.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
The heart attack's going to become a problem real soon. So I don't want to cause the bomb to go off here, so I'm going to take the opportunity to heal up somebody in the party. Every time this guy goes to death's door, he winds up healing the party, so it's actually not the worst outcome.
Grievous injury.
I do need to make sure that he has at least 1 health, though. And we've got a heart attack coming up soon, which is going to be a problem. Okay, I'm going to take this opportunity to mark, because obviously we need to take this guy out as soon as possible. I can't slice him up, so I can at least pistol shot. This is going to be a really tight fight, but we might be able to pull it off. Oh, he's not healing anybody again. Sharp's in a tough spot.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
I think we just accept our fate and we do as much damage as we can on this guy this round. Obviously there's a risk that we lose ego, but this is one of these calculated risks. Ugh. Some more calculation than I really wanted to. Oh, it's heart attack. Fuck!
There's no place for the weak or the foolhardy.
Oh, he's done too.
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold. Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
We've like completely run out of steam on this. Oh my god. Oh, can I get that 19 in? He's so close to a heart attack. Okay, so we know we're going to lose him one way or the other. If we retreat, or if we, fuck me. There's no way I can win this now.
Disappointment.
Yeah, I have to run. Oh, this was devastating. We were so close to making that work.
Do not ruminate on this fleeting failure. The campaign is long, and victory will come.
Yeah, we lost some really good trinkets, and we lost some really good characters there. Oh well, can't win them all. Sharp's my level 6. But yeah, so Casual Nothing, Ego a Karen, and Mojo Storm, all viewers.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
And I suppose we're at least a little higher on the... Although apparently we didn't actually... I thought somebody told me that you take the buildings take damage if you lose that. That's apparently not true. Okay, so let's first of all let's repair the party. Everybody who's got stress problems is the priority right now. I think I'm done for tonight. I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I'm at a point where I need to. I don't think... Okay, yeah, we can meditate. Oh, man. Okay, so clearly we're not upgrading anybody this round.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Okay, to answer Camerooni's question. So I believe these... Okay, so this is telling me that I need to give up one invitation to visit. These numbers... I don't know, but I'm actually going to take a minute and... look it up on the internet. So basically this number goes up each time this bar fills up. Okay. Yeah, so it says clear a path to the boss. I'm just not quite sure what the specific number means. It might mean like the highest level you can get to. But that doesn't make sense because we're at 0 there. It's a lot of discussion. So apparently Steam doesn't know... Yeah, so basically it's just some representation of how far you've gone in that particular area. I don't think it has any particular meaning on its own there. I am going to prep myself for the next run. This might pay off rather well. Yeah, so the question is, do I want the ruins or the cove? So get the hero's ring or the wounding helmet. Kite already has the wounding helmet, so I think the cove makes the most sense. So I say Camerooni, Plagas. I got a lot of people I want to bring up. Masamigoma is a decent position 2. Do I have any 4s? I guess tall man alive. Cecilia's not really, yeah. Alright. But that's for next time. Because I kind of need to rebuild my treasury. Alright. Let's take a look at the graveyard before we finish off for tonight. So, our first person to die was on week 6. Brond, Apprentice Jester, bled out. Reynold followed on week 11. Adventurer Crusader met their end against a bone soldier. Our first stream follower who fell was Jamie Sam, also known as Jamie, the Apprentice Vestal, who met their end against a Crocodilian, followed by Valken, who bled out as a veteran leper. Captain Zerge followed. He was a Master Crusader and wasted away from the Crimson Curse for lack of the blood. Gand, which was not a viewer, was a Seeker Shield Breaker, succumbed to Blight on week 31, along with Danvers, who is the only antiquarian we've had and also succumbed to Blight. Johnny Big Time fell on week 32, fell to the hand of an ally. He was a Master Hound Master, and Ed Baver also died by a Crocodilian. They were a Master Vestal. El Dolby, Apprentice Crusader, bled out. Kangaries, which was not a viewer, also died on the week 33. They had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress. This happened to Veshi, who's again another default character, and Kaylee. My apologies, we had 2 Seeker Antiquarians, but as you can see, the entire party died to stress. Russell, Seeker Vestal, had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress on week 39. Mandeville also had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress on week 39. And week 40, Motraverse died due to a heart attack, had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress. Are you noticing a pattern here? Gio was the first to fall in this rather bloody episode. Adventurer Flagellant had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress. Mowbray, the Adventurer Vestal, bled out. They were level 2. And finally, our champions, Ego Akaran at level 5. Champion Flagellant had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress. Casual Nothing, Champion Highwayman, had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress, and Mojestorm, Master Arbalist, had a heart attack due to unsustainable stress, but the unkillable Sharp remains with us at level 6. So, what am I going to be working on in the next ones? I do need to get my economy back, and I think a major factor of this is going to be... starting to make the investments in making things cheaper. So I don't have the deeds for the blacksmith, but immediately I can make my life easier by upgrading the guild.
A strict regimen is paramount if one is to master the brutal arithmetic of combat.
Obviously, I'm not going to be spending on that, but like basically, I need to get myself in a state where I'm not spending so much money to level up my heroes, especially now that we've lost so many. Other than that, I don't know. This is fun. It's definitely one of the first very clear setbacks that we've had in terms of the game, but it is sort of worth noting. Like as far as our goals are concerned, you know, we've gone up to the Necromancer, we've got the Fulminating Prophet in the queue. We've also got the Sunken Crew, so we have 2 major bosses that we'll be up against. And the characters that we have are level 3 and higher, and we've just upgraded the Stagecoach to ensure that we have level 3 or higher. So we've sort of hit this new plateau in terms of the game. So again, it's not to say that this was this is definitely one of the ones where I sort of feel like it is not, like we do not have this unambiguous advancement, but this is definitely one of those ones where, while we've lost some pretty substantial characters, we have definitely found ourselves in an overall better position. We've got more progression, we've got a stronger group, and we're now finally getting to a point where I'm able to start doing some meaningful upgrades at a lower cost. So Magna Draconis says, "Hey Chalk, you're going to be lurking while we play some XCOM 2. Hope your night is going well." It's been a tough week, Magna Draconis, and I'm actually wrapping up right now, so I don't know how entertaining I'm going to be during your XCOM 2 playthrough, but I'm actually a little overtime, and it's late at night. But I'm feeling better having played this, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and sharing this with me, because it is a fun game, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I started late, which means that I'm up later. But Capability, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I know you basically just got to see us at the end of the Necromancer, and everything sort of fell afterwards. But that's how these things sometimes happen. Just a quick sort of a word in terms of where we're going for the rest of the week. I have a long weekend coming up this weekend. So just as an aside, my intention is to do a bunch of recording for the vodcast. So this is going to mean Surviving Mars, some Daggerfall. I'm actually going to try and get some extra episodes in the can, so that way if I run out of time, I'm going to have some backup ones to fall under. Especially because of this week. I want to allow for the possibility of me actually taking the holiday. So if I were to stream on Monday, it will be Stellaris. It is more likely I will not, and what I'll probably try and do is record some VODs. Otherwise, Wednesday and Friday, kind of the usual, as it always is. Tuesday will almost certainly be a new Daggerfall episode. For those of you who've not been following that, we have actually made some reasonably substantial story progress. I'm not sure... Camerooni, thank you very much for that subscription. What a way to end the night. I'm definitely feeling like Darkest Dungeon for Fridays. Oh, no worries at all. Obviously, this is free entertainment, but it means the world to me when people, people contribute, because it does cost me to make this stuff, and I am actually looking to upgrade the PC and generally do some other things. Just a quick word, by the way, I don't suspect any modders are going to be in here, but I am looking for a way to get Fmod version 1.06.07, which is the one that's used for Darkest Dungeon. If you do that, I will have something fancy for you, but feel free to direct message me or whatever. Other than that, thank you, Camerooni, for the subscription. Thank you, all of you, for watching. And I'm probably going to take some me time on Monday, but that just means that I'm going to be back with VOD content on Tuesday, very likely Thursday as well. The regular streams, and then following that, the usual lineup. So anyways, let's find somebody to host, because there's a lot of interesting people online when I last checked. But who knows? Sorry, this is such a lame sign off. It has been a while since I've been able to host her. So Metamancer does a lot of Twitch RP now, and it's a little bit of everything. So she used to do Conan Exiles. She's currently doing Grand Theft Auto 5. Partnered streamer, actually started off as a lot of art streams and things like that. Has worked in the games industry. I'm not sure if she's currently there, but she's worked for BioWare and things like that. So just an interesting person overall. I don't know if you guys like RP, but if you haven't checked it out, this is a good opportunity. So there's Metamancer's link. I will be hitting the host button in a little bit. But I hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.